Liverpool 3-0 Bournemouth, Reds return to the top of the Premier League. It was Roberto Firmino's back heel that told you the swagger was back. The move to play in the Brazilian had also been a thing of beauty, Sadio Mane finding Naby Keita whose long-range pass was perfectly weighted. And that in itself was an improvement on recent games. This was Jurgen Klopp hitting all the right notes of his heavy metal football, controlled yet rapid changes of tempo to dislocate the opposition. But it was the back heel that made it and which told you some of the old synchronicity was back. Firmino might have taken the shot himself, though the angle was narrowing. But he sensed something behind him. Or he just knew that Mohamed Salah would be sprinting to join the attack. And so, selflessly and instinctively, and whilst running at speed with no chance to check, he back-heeled the ball and it fell directly into Salah's path. Bournemouth had already been on the back foot now, but the angles of attack had changed in an instant and they were completely discombobulated. And they had the Egyptian bearing down on goal, with a free hit. The conclusion was inevitable. We were but 2 minutes into the second half and Bournemouth could head it home at that point. Any halftime reorganization, any motivational words from Eddie Howe were lost in the ether at that moment. 3-0 down to a rejuvenated Liverpool, the contest was as good as over. Not so the league title. That, of course, will ebb and flow, hopefully until May. But with a week off planned in the schedule, otherwise known as the FA Cup 5th round, and warm weather training in Spain, Liverpool can take stock and regroup. With Trent Alexander-Arnold coming on for 14 minutes and Jordan Henderson at least ready for the bench, they will be replenished some more when they come back for their Champions League clash against Bayern Munich. Some cautionary notes. It is still February and the title race looks as though it will meander, veering one way then the next depending on the latest result. But on the evidence of this performance, Liverpool aren't about to implode. Jurgen Klopp isn't Kevin Keegan reincarnated and the fight will be to the end. The run of 2 wins in 5 in the Premier League games hasn't yet been decisive, even if they have invited Manchester City back into a head-to-head title race. Liverpool 4-3-3, Alisson 6, Milner 7, Matip 6, Van Dijk 7, Robertson 7.5, Wijnaldum, Alexander-Arnold 6.5, 76. 7 Fabinho, 6.5 Keita 7, Salah 8, Firmino 8, Sturridge, 90, Mane 7.5, Origi 87, subs not used, Mignolet, Henderson, Lallana, Camacho goals, Mane 24, Wijnaldum 34, Salah 48. Booked, Matip, Robertson Bournemouth, 4-3-3, Boruk 7.5, Smith, 6.5 Cook. 6 5.5 Rico 5.5, Mefam 6, 80, Gosling 5.5 Sermon 6 Lerma 5.5, Musit 72, 7, Ibe 5, Solanke 59, 6, King, 5.5 Fraser 5.5 subs not used, Begovic, Musit, Simpson, Taylor, Solanke, Mefam, Surge booked, Smith, Rico ref. Anthony Taylor 5.5 Some cautionary notes. This was Bournemouth. Good side though they are, Eddie Howe's commitment to take on even the best teams can often leave them exposed. That's how it felt here. These players were too prone to error to inject any more risk into the equation. In addition, they are missing David Brooks and Callum Wilson, probably their best performers of the season. The hints that Liverpool might be back to their old selves came in the first half. The zest, energy and incision had returned. Firmino was making runs and feints to perplex Bournemouth's centre-halves, allowing Sadio Mane and Salah the space to run inside. Obviously they had benefited enormously from a marginal offside goal decision to open the scoring. But there was no denying this was better. That said, if Howe ever does do apoplexy, this would have been the moment. After the manner in which they conceded soft goals at Cardiff last week, they would have spent a week attempting to ensure nothing similar happened again. They were unfortunate when Liverpool took the lead on 23 minutes, in that Sadio Mane was lurking just offside before sneaking back onside to head home. Nevertheless, given that Jefferson Lerma had cleared the initial corner, The manner in which Keita was able to set up James Milner to set up another cross was alarming. And Dan Gosling, who was tracking Mane, had his head in his hands when he connected with Milner's cross and headed home. On 34 minutes, it was Jordan Ibe, a former Liverpool player, at fault, losing possession whilst attempting to attack. Andy Robertson gained possession and chipped in a delightful pass into the penalty area and waited to meet the run of Georgina Wijnaldum. His lob cleared the head of Artur Boruc and dipped under the bar for 2-0. Boruc has to be at his best to deny Salah on 44 minutes, the Egyptian's flick and volley requiring a save of equal skill. Yet it would be no avail. Liverpool would end any thoughts of resistance with that lovely attack 2 minutes in the second half. Thereafter, Bournemouth recovered to prevent humiliation. They stuck to their task. They even managed some strikes at goal, substitute Liz Mousset going close on 78 minutes. But in reality, a delightful Firmino-Salah link-up which saw the Egyptian hit the bar deserved a fourth. And, late on, Firmino and Alexander-Arnold squandered chances which Boruc saved. Those will only matter if goal difference becomes an issue. The points were safe. The nerves were settled.